Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your spiritual revolution guidance reading for the month of Leo. Okay, so Leo season, this is the opposite season from your season. So often oppositions in astrology can bring challenges. They can bring, because it's your opposite energy. It could bring up some shadow. So let's just keep that in mind at the beginning, but also know that this is a real opportunity for growth for you. And Leo season is running from July 22nd until August 22nd, and there is a lot going on. First thing right out the gate, on July 23rd, we have Mercury, which is stationing direct. So Mercury has been in retrograde for the past 3 weeks, and now it's time to, start putting things to action again. That was a time of reflection, and now Mercury's saying, okay, it's time to get back to work. And we need to remember, though, that we still have Neptune and Pluto in retrograde, and Saturn, one of your ruling planets, and Chiron will also be stationing retrograde during this Leo season. So we'll have 4 planets in retrograde, which is, telling us that it's still a time to reflect. There has been a lot that has gone on in the past year, and we are still processing it. We're still integrating everything that's happened, especially in the first half of this year. On July 29th, we have the full moon in Aquarius, which is your moon. So expect a burst of energy around the full moon. We know full moons are always a little bit chaotic and asking for us to release. So think about what you've been nurturing, what you've been manifesting since your birthday, because this is the end of that 6-month cycle. And what kind of things are coming to fruition for you, and what are you ready to release to move forward? And then we have the new moon solar eclipse, which is coming on August 12th. So Leo season is also bringing eclipse season. And this eclipse is going to be opposite your sign. So again, a lot of release, a lot of transformation, a lot of messages, maybe some karma that you need to let go of or to complete. So we'll see if anything comes up in the reading around that. And we also have 3 signs that are moving, 3 personal planets that are moving into new signs. So Venus, Mercury, and Mars are all going to be shifting into new signs this month. And we have the nodes, which are moving from Pisces and Virgo into Aquarius and Leo. So the North Node is moving into your sign. So really, that means big things for you. That means the collective destiny is in your sign, and you're really going to be feeling that. It's going to give you some energy. Oh, that's just one card there. And also probably a new direction for the next 18 months. And on the opposite side with the South Node in Leo, again, that could be some more karma or things that are needing to be released or at least balanced during this time. Okay. So we'll get into it. Here's your overarching energy for the month of Leo. So the chakra that you are being called to connect to is the solar plexus. And that's a very Leo card, and your gut instincts in particular. So intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. So really trusting those inner feelings that you have, your intuition. You're very psychic and very gifted. And Aquarius, you have a real gift for actually walking into a room and clocking all the energies immediately. Aquarius is I would almost say the guardian of the community. You're the humanitarian. You are, really the leader, the unique individual who can set yourself apart from the crowd, but kind of lead from within. And right now, you're really being called to trust your instincts. And it feels like that is because you are being called to lead by example. And the other overarching energy that you have for this month is control. So we have Jupiter in Capricorn. All about control. So Perhaps over the past couple months, you've been feeling a lack of control. And now you're being called to bring some control into your life, some discipline, some focus, and to, yeah, I think focus on your goals. There could have been some distractions. There could have been, whether it's, in your relationships, in your career, in your, just even in your life's journey, or your home, or with your family, or with your loved ones. You could have been feeling a lack of control, a lack of discipline and structure. So this is another theme for you during this month. Okay, and that could also be, talking to this full moon, right? That there are things that you have been um, doing or inviting into your life that need to be released with this moon. So I don't know, that just kind of came through to me. So let's get some more details into this reading. Let's see what your guides want you to know. These spiritual revolution readings are for people who are aware that humanity is in a spiritual war. And in this spiritual war, the dark forces are trying to prevent the light from uniting and like working together to create a harmony. And so if you're being called to this reading, it is because your guides have some messages for you regarding your role in the spiritual war. Okay, one last card. There we are. Okay, so let's see what the messages are for you for this month, Aquarius, as we are in the month of Leo. So the background information, the background energy that you're bringing into this month is the Tower. And I want to point out this deck that I'm using because it is the in-between tarot. And the way that it works is we read the energy of this card, but then also the next card, knowing that, our energy is always in between. It's always in flux, and it's not static, and we're always constantly moving from one moment to the next. And there isn't a clear division between those moments. They blend together. This is the present. And when we're in the next moment, that will be the present as well. So the energy that's coming through this Tower leads to the Star. So traditionally in the tarot, the Tower moment, like this is one of those cards that indicates transformation. It's about a death and rebirth. It's about allowing the old really to crumble away so you can create and rebuild the new brick by brick, right? That's what transformation is all about. Like in order for the caterpillar to become the butterfly, it has to sit in this cocoon, and literally its entire body dissolves into a goo, and all of this goo is reformed and creates this beautiful butterfly. That's what transformation is about. It's dark, a little bit scary sometimes. It can be painful, and it's something that we need to do in private often. But at the end of it, it's worth it. Like the transformation allows us to spread our wings and, go on the next part of our journey. And that's what you're experiencing right now as you're leading into Leo season. You have felt as though, and look, there's even like an Aquarius symbol up here in the sky, if you can see that, the Aquarius constellation. And so like we see this tree that's burning. So basically it feels like you've been through some destruction lately. Something in your life has fallen apart. And this could have been a controlled demolition, but more than likely there was something that that has happened that was out of your control. And the universe was showing you like, hey, this is no longer for you. This does not serve. And I think this, goes back to what I was saying with the control card regarding taking control back in your life. And now you can rebuild. And as the Tower moves into the Star energy is all about being a conscious creator, being a a co-creator of this realm, and really knowing that you can manifest anything that you want. If you can dream it, if you can see it, you can have it in your hand. And so that's really exciting for me to give this information to you, to give this message to you, because if you are experiencing this devastation, then know that it's for your highest good. It's part of your path so that you can create something that is in alignment, right? And that's really what this, what I believe that this full moon and this upcoming eclipse season is all about for you. Okay, so what is this energy that you have within this month of Leo? Is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords, of course, flows into the Eight of Swords. Looking at the Seven of Swords, this is an indication of, usually an indication of betrayal, where, or untruths, where something in your life is not as it seems. And this could be someone that is intentionally deceiving you, or you could be, avoiding the truth yourself. And because, we have the gut instincts as an overarching energy for this month, really sensing and knowing and trust and using your intuition, I want you this month to think about this and to take a good hard look at the people that is in your life right now, and are they genuine? Are they really you know part of your path right now? Do they have your best interests in mind? And to think about, how does it feel in your body when you're around these people? I'm getting the sense that you might know who I'm talking about, that there's someone that you've already kind of been questioning, and it could be related to this tower moment, some of this destruction that you've been experiencing in your life. And it's time to look at this person with some clarity, with a clear third eye, so that you can really connect to your gut instincts and your intuition around the relationship and how it is affecting you. And it could be, it could be a romantic partner, this could be a friend, this could be someone in your family, this could be someone at work. You know who it is. This is a general reading, so I could be tapping into a lot of information here right now, a lot of different experiences. But as we move from the Seven of Swords into the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords is a feeling of being trapped, okay? And I think that's because often the Seven of Swords, we don't see, like, when we realize that we're being deceived, or that someone around us is not truthful or doesn't have our best interests in mind, a frenemy perhaps, something like that, then we can feel trapped by this information. We can feel like that, oh my gosh, I can't trust my intuition. How did I not know that this was going on? But there's a lesson in that. And part of it is because sometimes we don't want to see. Sometimes we know, like our body knows, and you can tell, like you get anxiety around this person, or you start dropping things, or weird things happen. Your body and your higher self knows, but sometimes we, either due to the conditioning or subconscious conditioning, programming, patterns, cycles that we are in, we turn a blind eye. And in the Eight of Swords, the character is wearing a blindfold. But I want to point out that in this deck, the character actually isn't wearing a blindfold. And isn't really trapped by these swords. It's kind of standing in front of them. So it's actually very empowering, because once we know and once we see what's going on, and the ways that we've been falling into patterns, or sometimes codependency and things like that, that now this awareness sets us free. And I think that is where you're headed, okay? And your final card for the end of Leo season is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords leads into the Five of Swords, but the Four of Swords is really about rest, about recuperation, about taking a break, and making sure that you're really taking care of yourself. And it feels like that this is connected to the control card, where what in your life has been feeling out of control, and where can you take control back? And where, I think, like, where do you need to step back, whether it's in these relationships or these friendships, or at work? I know, Aquarius, you are very hardworking and you tend to throw a lot of yourself into your passions and your projects. But it is time right now for you to take some rest. And because this is a very emotional month and there's a lot, this full moon is going to bring up a lot. The eclipses are going to bring up a lot. And it's really time for you to take care of yourself. Because as we move into the Five of Swords can bring conflict. So it feels like this resolution, the rebuilding, the destruction of the tower, and the rebuilding, and rebuilding trust in yourself, rebuilding trust in your intuition is going to take some time. And there could be some more conflict or challenges as you're going through that. But really take care of yourself so that you have the rest and recuperation that you need in order to move forward, to keep on the path so you don't get burnt out, because this is life, right? And life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. And we need to make sure that we're equipped to really to meet it head on. Okay, so let's get a final message here for you, dear Aquarius. Okay. Okay, so you have the new moon in Pisces. And the new moon represents a start of a new cycle. So this full moon in Aquarius is really the end of a cycle for you. And then we're going to have this new moon in Pisces. It's a new moon in Leo. The next eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is in Pisces, but that's a full moon, and that's in Virgo season. So I'm just getting confused. The new moon is it's a new start. This is a new 6-month cycle for you. So the rest of the year, think about really what you want to create, what you want to rebuild. And it says meditate and contemplate. Okay, so go inward, go like meditate and really connect to your intuition, really feel in your body and in your soul what is right for you right now, because it feels like that there has been a lot of perhaps overthinking. There's been some confusion, and perhaps some people have been misleading you to think in a certain way. And now it's really time for you to take control back in your life, and you need to know what you want that to look like, which means reconnecting to yourself. Okay, and I believe that as you move through this, it's just going to make you stronger. So hopefully something in this resonated for you. This is a general reading, but if you want to go deeper, I'll put my booking link down below, because I do personal readings as well. And also, if this resonated, then like the video, share, subscribe, do the things that help the channel. And thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next one.